Free Play Frank. Well, this week I'm going to teach you guys how to build a tire retaining wall. It's a great way to use up a bunch of old tires. It looks great and it's functional too. And then later I'm going to play a cool song by Journey, Wheel in the Sky. Alright, let's get to work. Alright, so this area here used to be my garden until 2 years ago, and then I had hogs in here for one season. After I got rid of the hogs, this place was a total mess. There was just solid mud in here, and it's been 1 year since the hogs left now, so they completely undermine. You see over in that corner there, you see the angle of the soil here, it slopes up towards the driveway there. Well, that's the way this whole side used to be, and then the hogs completely dug this all out, and I put all these old tires in here trying to hold the fence up to keep them from escaping. So now what we're going to do is we're going to return this area to a garden. We're going to be building raised garden beds in here and putting a small greenhouse in here and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section of damaged fence down, and I'm going to use the excavator here and clean this area all up, get it level for the greenhouse, and then we're going to build a tire retaining wall. Some of these tires are good. I'm going to keep them because they belong to vehicles we have. But I got access to some more junk tires that are no good for anything. So we're going to build a tire retaining wall, and then we're going to put a walk-in gate with some stairs coming down into here. So let's get going. Alright, I got the fence out and all the old tires out except for that one that's stuck in the mud. Now I'm going to get the excavator in here and I'm going to prepare the side of the hill here for the tire wall and figure out where to put those two fence posts. Okay, I got it roughed out with the excavator now, and Doesn't have to be exactly straight because all the tires are different sizes anyways. So when you put a retaining wall up, you want to have an angle, like they call it batter, and it's supposed to be 5 or 6 degrees. Like your wall has to slant towards the hill. That way it won't fall down. And you're also supposed to put gravel and drainage behind it, but since this is only going to be like 2.5 feet high, we don't need to worry about that. There, we set the fence posts and the tires first. Now we'll build them up with the tires in between. Okay, that section over there is pretty much done. I fill them all up. You got to fill up each tire. Stuff as much dirt in the middle of the tire as you can, and if it's on rims, it doesn't matter. You can leave the rim on. It'll take a long time before it rots, but it's probably a good idea to let the air out so it doesn't explode eventually with the sun shining on it. If it's got 50 pounds of air in it for year after year, one day you're going to hear a big bang, but most likely it'll just leak out on its own. And I'll fix that up there. See, I already got one of my girls up there helping to level it off on the top. So then what we do down here is, see, this is already packed on the bottom layer. I shoved it all in there with a shovel like this. Shove it in as much as you can, and if you got a tire like this that's collapsed, you can wedge a rock in there to hold it open so you can fill it up with dirt. And then I dig out the back there a little bit by hand with the shovel so that I can get this to go all the way back. I'm going to put this ugly looking beast in here, so I'll do the same there, and then we'll carry on with filling it up. We got some dirt dumped on top of the tires with the excavator, so I'm going to show you how I'm filling the inside of the tire. You just push it down. It's got different sizes of chunks of dirt in here. Back of the shovel works quite well. Shove it into the center of the tire, as much of it as you can. You gotta do one layer at a time. Fill up each layer before you start adding the second layer of tires. Make sure you pack in as much as you can. You can keep going until it starts pushing the top of the tire up. You don't have to, just fill up the space. And this is like a clay mix, mostly clay, subsoil kind of mix. So when it dries out in here, it'll get hard, almost like concrete. Stick this whole wall together real good. Okay, that one's pretty much filled up there now. More in there. A little bit more. Okay, I think that one's full. Okay, then we fill up the tire with dirt. You can use anything you want to tamp it. You can use a round piece of steel, work quite well, about 1 inch or 2 inch diameter, but that's going to be really heavy if you got a 2 inch diameter piece of steel. Or you can use one of those Kango electric jackhammers with a rammer type bit on there. That'll work good too. Or you can do this. That seems to work quite well. And then you gotta pack all these spots in here too, in between the tires at the back. That's got to get filled in, compacted down. Do a little bit at a time. Don't try to pack it all at once. A couple inches of soil and stomper in there. Okay, I think you get the idea how to do that, and just level it off. Okay, that pretty much finishes that course there, so I'll just get some more dirt and finish filling the other tires and cap this off. See, I used the sawed chunks of grass when I excavated to level off the side, and you can stomp them in there real good too, and they make a good way to stop the dirt from sliding out. And of course the grass will come back to life and start to grow. It's still March right now, so it's not going to be long. We're going to get warm here and everything's going to start growing. Alright, so she's all done now. I got it all filled, and I put extra dirt up on top to blend it into where the driveway was. And I'm going to get some more nicer topsoil and put a little bit on top with some grass seed. Once the rain hits it, it'll rinse all the mud off the rubber, and once the grass starts to grow around it, it'll start to look nice, well, as nice as you can expect this to look. Now, the ladies have a name for this. It's something like, what the heck is it? Oh, shabby chic. It's like when you reuse stuff, or I'm not exactly sure what the theory is, but I'm sure some ladies will have something to say about this. But anyways, this is a good way to make a cheap retaining wall, or a free retaining wall, because you can always get tires for free. You can even get people to bring them to you. You don't have to go get them. People will be happy to bring it, because it usually costs money to get rid of tires. And another thing about walls that I learned, I used to build lock block retaining walls, is that if it's more than 4 feet high, it's supposed to be engineered. At least that's the building code in my area, but this is well below that, so I'm not worried about it. Besides, this isn't really all that structural of a wall. This is more of a decorative type of a wall. And I wouldn't recommend building it much higher than this. If you go maybe 2 courses of tires higher than this, and if you can add more batter to it so it slants back into the hill, it should be all right. But I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're trying to retain a big hillside from sliding down on your house, or your fancy new barn you're building, something like that. I'd build that all lock blocks, because this is just it's a good idea for around your farm or your garden, whatever, like do some landscaping type projects, you know, where it's not structural. But anyways, there you go, guys. That's how you make a tire retaining wall. Hope you enjoyed it.
Winter's here again, oh Lord. I've been home in a year or more. I hope she holds on a little bit longer. Send a letter on a warm summer day, made of silver, not of clay. Ooh, I've been running down these dusty roads. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Oh, oh. I've been trying to make it home. Haven't been home in a year or more. I can't take this very much longer, no. I've been stranded in the sleet and rain. Don't know if I'll ever make it home again. The morning sun is rising, is kissing the day. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. about tomorrow. Ooh, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. The wheel in the sky keeps me yearning. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Alright, there you have it. A little bit of journey for you. Wheel in the sky. Thanks for joining me this week. We'll see you all next time. Take her easy.